Well, it is Monday, June 16th, 2025, and welcome to Mind Heart Mondays. This is our Bloom series. We are getting into the second teaching this afternoon, nutrients of the heart. So we're going to talk about the beautiful heart. Something I love to talk about, y'all. I love. So when I talk about the heart, don't be surprised if you see an extra radiance pouring through me, because it is something that is very near and dear to me. And I'm going to get into three specific and important spaces when it comes to our heart. Last week, for those of you that are new, or you just stumbled across this video, or you just didn't start with me this series, last week I talked about the food of the mind. So I welcome you to go watch that, because the mind is very important to take care of as well. But yeah, this is our second video. How are y'all doing, by the way? Hope you're doing well. We are fastly heading into the second half of June. June has been quite a month, actually. Quite a month. And I feel like this second half is going to be completely opposite of the first half. That's a good thing, y'all. For me, that's a good thing. I'm doing well, Austin. How are you doing? Good to see you and good to have you here. So glad you joined the live stream, and welcome to everyone as well. So yes, nutrients of the mind, or nutrients of the heart, I should say. Let's get into this. So this series, I decided June is, it's summer, it's all the flowers are out. It's a glorious time to enjoy nature and the beautiful canvas that God created for us. And it kind of inspired me this year to do this series. So with that said, I'm talking about food, I'm talking about sunlight, I'm talking about water when it comes to taking care of the soul realm, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, last week we started with the mind. Today we're getting into nutrients of the heart. If you have any questions, please feel free to jump in the live stream and ask, or you can ask on the replay via comments, and you can always email me at shesrestored@gmail.com. Those of you that are new, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Ruby. And I have some goodies for us. So I'm very excited. So let's get into this. Nutrients of the heart. So the heart is the center of our inner being. It's the center of the soul realm. And there are three spaces that I want to get into when it comes to taking care of our heart. These are spiritual nutrients that we literally cannot exist without. And thankfully so, we don't have to exist without, because they are freely given to us. They are part of the spiritual inheritance. However, like everything else, we need to learn to cultivate these things so that we can have optimum health when it comes to our soul realm. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good to see everybody. Good to see y'all. Oh, thank you for the nice compliments. Appreciate that. Who's that behind me? I don't know. You see something behind me? Perhaps it's a spirit, but I'm not afraid because I know how to rebuke them. So, but maybe you have the gift to actually see spiritual warfare and the spirits. And if you do, meet me on Friday, because Friday I'm going to get into some last days preparation. It's actually kind of complementary to what we're teaching and learning about here. So tune in for that on Friday night. Okay, so here's the three: love, peace, and joy. Love, peace, and joy. These actually are fruit of the Spirit. They are inherited. We have them. We have access to them. And what's more, we need them to live, to truly, truly live in the wholeness of your being, of your essence. You must know what love is. And I'm talking about the true love. Many of us, unfortunately, most of us, I venture to say, have experienced love that has not been very true. So with that said, that has tainted our view of love, and perhaps for some of us, that's even repelled us away from the idea of love. But I'm here to remind you and encourage you that love is spiritual, first and foremost. It is the most beautiful space that the human can exist in. And it comes from love himself, who is God. Peace is also something that we intrinsically long for, something we seek every day. For many of us, especially if we struggle with anxiety or we struggle with unrest of any kind, mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, peace is something that we're after, and it is because we need it. We need to know peace. And joy is also something that we need. And joy is not happiness. Joy is actually deeper. It is spiritual, and it is freely given to us, as I mentioned. And we can learn to cultivate joy, even if it's something that doesn't come natural for some of us. So yeah, let's get into this. So I'm likening, let's start with love, because it is the foundation of all things. I'm likening love to food. Okay, when we think about, for example, a beautiful flower or a tree, because trees are beautiful too. And I'm here in Texas, and there's all kinds of beautiful trees, especially now that there's been a lot of rain, so it's just gorgeous. But we need three. We need sunlight to grow. We need food and nutrients, and we need water. Okay, so think about this as I'm teaching and connecting these dots for yourself. When it comes to love, I'm going to liken it to the food part of the heart. I need love as food to nourish me. Okay, think about this for a minute. How is your love intake? Where are you right now with love? What is your perspective of love? How do you feel about it? Is it something that you're close to? Is it something that is far away from you? This is vital, because if you don't have love, you are malnourished in your soul. Now, again, a lot of us come from very challenging, traumatic backgrounds. A lot of us have deep trauma. A lot of us have been through a lot. Okay, so I don't say this lightly. Love can seem like a fairy tale, like it's too far away, or I'm never going to experience it. I've been in too many bad relationships, whatever it is for you. But I'm here to remind you that love is yours, and your heart needs it. And it's given to us freely from God himself, who is love. And when I come to this revelation for myself that I am loved beyond measure, beyond anything I can fathom or reason or explain, I am changed. And I personally had this revelation probably about 15 years ago for myself, that I understood love in a way that I never did. And it comes from God himself, because he is love. Once I have that revelation for me, I begin to heal. I begin to understand me. I begin to have courage to face my own brokenness, the things I've gone through, the traumas, my issues. And then I can learn to love others, because now I'm empowered within self, and my heart begins to be full again, and then I can love others. And I love love, as y'all know, many of you know, especially if you've been with me for a while. I love love, and I'm always saying I love y'all because I do truly, truly love y'all. And yes, those of you that are new, I am a certified therapeutic art life coach. I help you on the inner healing journey because I want your heart to know true love. I want it to be whole and strong, and I want you to know restoration. So love is my food. I must learn how to feed myself love every day, and it does start spiritually. So if I'm disconnected spiritually, I will have a hard time understanding love because it is more than the intellect, which is the mind. So I need to go deeper to the spiritual root, which is where it comes from. Then I apply it to the mind, which we talked about last week. And then I begin to cultivate it in my heart. And then it just pours out like fresh water, which leads me into number 2, peace. Peace I'm going to liken to water, which is equally essential because without water, I wither away. I need water to survive. And peace, again, is spiritual. It comes from the peace himself, okay? So if you're in a space where your heart is in unrest, you have no peace, you're in chronic anxiety, you don't know. Sorry, y'all, my internet. Sorry about that. That was my internet interrupted. I'm back. So yes, if I am struggling with unrest, it's because I do not have an understanding, and I mean this spiritually first, revelation of peace for my heart. And our hearts need peace because we go through a lot in this life and in this world. So I must know the true peace, just as I need to know true love, so that my heart can have a space to rest in. Okay, and I'm here to tell you from life experience, peace is not found in people, and it is not found in circumstances. It is spiritual first. I must have it, I must own it, and I must learn how to draw from it, just as I would go to a well and draw water. To quench my thirst in the physical, I need to quench my heart thirst with peace. Okay? Now, thirdly is joy. I'm likening joy to the sunlight. Sunlight is beautiful. It is full of vitamin D, which our bodies actually need to function properly, and actually to absorb nutrients. So we need the sun, and I need joy. I need to know joy, especially for those of us that have been through more than we care to talk about. I need joy so that I can live in not only love and peace, but in a space where I'm free to be me. Those of us that had a lot of childhood trauma, that either you haven't worked through or you're still learning, you're still working through, your joy was likely taken from you, hijacked, robbed. So I must learn, in a sense, especially in childhood, to come back to that inner child that was free, that was carefree. Okay? So when, just like peace and love, when I have this revelation of joy from God himself, who is and brings joy to us, I begin to heal my inner child. I begin to learn that even though my life has fallen apart, or that relationship didn't work out, or I'm going through this really, really amazingly challenging space, I can still have joy, because joy is not contingent, again, it's not contingent on the natural. It is supernatural. And I wish this for you. I pray this for you, as I do for myself, my family, and your family, that we begin to learn and cultivate love as food for my heart, peace as water and hydration for my heart, and joy as the sunlight that I need. And that really, once I begin to carry it with me, I radiate that sunlight outward to others. So, quick, short little video. I hope this has blessed you. I hope you're doing well. Of course, if you're still with me, if you have any questions, hop on the chat and ask me. And then I'm actually going to do a video, y'all, in a little bit. That's why I'm making this a little bit short and sweet. I'm going to be back with song messages. So those of you that are interested in music, tune in later. I'm hoping to upload this today, by the way. But if not, look out for it in the next couple of days. But yes, I have a lot to share on song messages, and I feel like today's the day. So with that said, I love y'all. I hope you're doing well. Please feel free to reach out. I will be sharing more because I have a lot that I'm putting together for us. And welcome to all the new subscribers and new family members. Great to have y'all. Love y'all so much. And I'll be back later with a video, and I will be back Friday for our Friday night live stream, which I am calling, Do I Have the Necessities to Survive the Apocalypse? And if you don't, I would encourage you to tune in, because I'm going to prepare you, equip you, and get you ready for the times we're in, which are crazy. Okay, love y'all. Bye.